BoA and Jun Hyun-moo surprised everyone and disappointed some with their Instagram Live, which caused them to make apology statements. On the evening of April 5th, broadcaster Jun Hyun-moo surprised fans with a spontaneous Instagram live stream. Jun shared that he had been encouraged by someone to go live while drinking, and that's exactly what led to the unexpected session. He also explained that a friend had brought over some of his favorite alcohol, and they were enjoying it together during the broadcast. Jun, who had recently been diagnosed with acute laryngitis, assured viewers that his health was fine. As the live broadcast went on, singer BoA made a surprise appearance, adding an unexpected twist to the session. The two hosts appeared extremely close and playful during the stream. BoA jokingly commented on Jun's appearance, saying he looked like actor Lee Jang-woo, much to the amusement of viewers. The pair, visibly tipsy, exchanged lighthearted and nonsensical conversation, engaging in casual banter. BoA affectionately leaned on Jun's shoulder and even touched his face in a playful show of closeness. When asked if they were drunk, BoA denied it, but her slurred speech made it clear she was already tipsy. BoA also humorously mentioned a fan encounter with YouTuber Guido and briefly commented on an invitation to appear on the reality show I Live Alone, mentioning that her house wasn't anything special. Meanwhile, Jun received several phone calls during the live stream. BoA, curious, asked who was calling, to which Jun replied that it was his manager and that things seemed to be a bit chaotic at the office. The live broadcast generated a flurry of reactions from fans, with many joking about the affectionate interactions between Jun and BoA, speculating about a potential couple announcement. Others commented that the two seemed thoroughly drunk, while some playfully noted that watching the live stream later would be an awkward moment for them. In particular, BoA drew attention for her unexpected response to the dating rumors between Jun Hyun-moo and Park Na-rae. Leaning on Jun Hyun-moo and speaking with slurred speech, BoA said, "This oppa's real self is what you see on this broadcast," while repeatedly making an X shape with her fingers, and told viewers, "You shouldn't like Jun Hyun-moo." Later, when Jun Hyun-moo read a comment saying, "There's a rumor online that you're dating Park Na-rae. Is it true?" BoA replied curtly, "I don't think so." To BoA's response, Jun Hyun-moo reacted with surprise, saying, "You answered before I even could." BoA then insisted again, "You and her can't be dating each other." To this remark, Jun Hyun-moo asked BoA, "Why? Because you think Park Na-rae is too good for me?" And then, BoA shocked viewers by openly saying, "No, you're too good for her." Shortly after, Jun Hyun-moo asked, "You sure about this? This is going live stream," to which BoA replied indifferently, "Doesn't matter to me." Flustered, Jun Hyun-moo said, "Wow, she's really going off the rails." BoA then suddenly shouted, "I'm more of an Africa TV person," implying that her style and way of speaking were more suited to a looser, less filtered broadcast format than a formal one. Her comments about Park Na-rae prompted debate among netizens over whether she had been disrespectful to the comedian by publicly sharing such opinions. Many expressed that this is even more shocking since BoA seems serious. While some argued that a public apology was necessary since the live stream was public, others felt that such a gesture might be excessive. Still, many agreed this moment would go down as a regrettable part of BoA's history while under the influence, and that the one who was most negatively affected was Park Na-rae. Throughout the live stream, BoA also made several remarks that were met with criticism. At one point, she said, "Hyun-moo oppa's house is really dirty. It's a mess." She continued, "The interior design is bad, and the clutter is ridiculous," and added, "The guest bathroom is so dirty. At the very least, there shouldn't be a smell. The smell is just awful." Jun Hyun-moo laughed and responded, "I think I'm going to have to tear the whole house apart." We met up and all she did was criticize the interior. When someone commented, "They're a jumping BoA, BoA fan club, first gen," BoA responded, "Thank you. You must be a bit older," which drew some awkward reactions from netizens. Furthermore, when Jun Hyun-moo read a comment asking for menu recommendations, BoA replied, "It depends on the type of alcohol." When Jun Hyun-moo pointed out, "Can we please eat without drinking alcohol?" BoA snapped back, using informal language without honorifics. You're the one who said we should drink. You said it just now. Here are some of the comments. The fact that she was being serious made it even worse. Even as a joke it would have been rude, but she genuinely acted like Jun Hyun-moo was too good for her. Meanwhile, Park Na-rae doesn't even see him that way. LOL, what's with all the too good talk? Jun Hyun-moo didn't seem that drunk, but BoA looked completely out of it. This is why you should only drink when you can still control yourself. I hate when people get wasted, whether they're family, friends, or celebrities. They can say whatever they want between themselves, but it was a public broadcast, and it did come off as rude toward Park Na-rae. Even online, people don't go around ranking who's too good for whom. Why would BoA say that? Bringing up Park Na-rae like that was seriously rude. What was that about? She's probably regretting it by now. Also, during the broadcast, staff from SM tried to stop the live. June revealed, "I keep getting calls from my manager." The company freaked out because the director BoA pretended to be drunk. BoA added with a smile, "I think they're worried about us," before the two signed off. On April 7th, BoA took to Weverse and posted an apology for her careless words. "Hello, this is BoA. I want to apologize to everyone who felt uncomfortable because of my careless behavior and immature words during a social media live broadcast on the 5th. First of all, I personally expressed my sincere apologies to Park Na-rae for making inappropriate comments in a situation where the person involved was not present. I am grateful for her understanding. I am also sorry for disappointing my fans who have supported and loved me for a long time despite my shortcomings. Through this incident, I will take a moment to reflect on myself once again, and I will do my best to show a more mature side, always remembering the weight of my words and actions in the future." While many netizens were busy discussing the aftermath of BoA's livestream, some noticed that a prominent fansite account of hers had announced their departure on X. The fansite master had been a dedicated fan of BoA for the last 25 years. The account's closure has prompted some strong reactions from netizens, with many agreeing that BoA's image in front of her fans suffered permanent damage due to the broadcast. 25 years. Whoa. Wow. 25 years. But was it bad enough for them to leave the fandom? She was indeed different from the image I thought she had. On April 8, 2025, a representative of Park Na-rae told OSEN Park Na-rae was unable to attend today's broadcast of Sun Tae-jin's Trot Radio due to a drop in condition. Earlier that day, the team behind the show announced on their official social media that her scheduled appearance was cancelled due to personal reasons. The cancellation came an hour before the show was set to air, drawing attention. Netizens expressed their pity for the star. Doesn't Park Na-rae not even have an agency now? It must be hard for her to deal with this too. There were too many articles about it. Why was she caught in the crossfires? Hope she cheers up. Has her throat flared up again? No, but this has been such a nuisance to her. If I were her, I'd be lying down in pain. This really makes one feel so bad. Why should her name be dragged into such a live stream? On April 9th, KST, June finally broke his silence and issued an official statement through his Instagram account. He admitted to his mistake and even apologized specifically to Park Na-rae, who was unnecessarily dragged into the drama. "This is Jun Hyun-moo. I apologize for the delay in my official apology regarding the Instagram live broadcast last Saturday. During the live, I mentioned Na-rae unexpectedly, and I immediately expressed my apology to her after the broadcast. I want to once again thank Na-rae for understanding and being generous, even in a situation where she could have been uncomfortable. It was wrong of me to mention someone without their presence on the broadcast, and it was also careless of me to conduct the live broadcast while under the influence of alcohol. I sincerely apologize to everyone who felt uncomfortable because of this incident. I will be more considerate and cherish those close to me. I will reflect on my actions." The apology has turned the criticism against Jun Hyun-moo into appreciation from most netizens. It looks like Jun Hyun-moo writes well. He comes from a prestigious background. Honestly, wasn't Jun Hyun-moo just caught up in it? But it would have been easier for him not to apologize, even though he got criticized for not doing so. He really wrote a great apology letter. Yeah, but this made netizens want to cancel all drinking shows, as it promotes drinking alcohol, and Korea has a big problem with alcoholism. But what are your thoughts? Thank you for watching, and see you next time.